Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reacting to Twice Scientist choreography video. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted, and give some of my thoughts on the album. So let's just get into it. I don't want to give too much away. I know that. Oh, is that Junghyun? Okay. I feel like that's a callback to Fancy, and I'm gonna get into so many things. So I feel like people are trying to claim this as like Twice's flop era once again, like they've been trying to do since Twice has released. I want to say Feel Special, but oh, man, looks good. It's probably More and More is more, you know, correct. And people have just been saying that their sales have been declining or whatever. Anyways, outside of that, what do I think about this? I have not listened to this track enough to say if it's like I like it more than the feels. Yeah, I have to wait to see, but I do like this title track. I do like the album. I do like the music video, like quite a bit, and I think that this entire comeback is just like, it feels like they were shaping up to this. Like, it doesn't feel random. It doesn't feel like it was done at the last minute. This transition that they're having to a new image, which isn't really a specific image, was planned, and I think it's being done really smoothly. And obviously with that, it's going to become some fans that are upset because they want to hear their old music, but I still believe that there's a lot of elements of their old music in their newer songs. So it's just really interesting to see people not really like this album. So Moonlight was a good song on the album. I'm trying to remember the tracks. I remember really liking Cactus and like Espresso and Iconic is good. The entire album was good. I wasn't bored listening to it. I thought it was really great. I think that they were able to easily float through many genres of music, whether it be this kind of retro sound or an electro kind of festival sound that's more synonymous with More and More, and the retro sound is more so known for I Can't Stop Me, while also still having cute elements, which I feel like the feels was kind of like a super, it was literally like a cute concept for Twice, but as the people that they are now, you know what I mean? So it just feels like it was all, not only did they skate through genres, it was very cohesive. We even have on the album some moments where there's kind of like Latin influence, and if we go back to, which album is it? Goodness gracious. Is it the album with More and More? They have like a couple of maybe one or two Latin inspired songs, and they seem to be pretty good on those kind of tracks. And they did well on it again, so yeah, this is honestly my favorite Twice album. I don't know what to tell you. There was not a single song that I dislike. I know. Okay, so the song Hello, with Momo, Chaeyeon, and Chaeyoung and Nayeon. It goes from like being really iconic to being cringy at times. You really have to have like an open mind when you're listening to that track, because the rap can be, whether it be the lyrical content itself or the delivery of it, it's just kind of like, okay. But at the same time, it's also K-pop. So like I have said in previous videos, is I don't really, not to be disrespectful, but like I'm just indifferent to K-pop rap. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I view it as it is, and I think it was like okay. It wasn't great. Everything else on the track like wasn't too bad. It felt like an ITZY track. It felt like an ITZY track, and once again, I think the most important thing, even though like some of the song was cringy, the girls still sound pretty good. Like, I don't know, I feel like if I saw that song live, I would just live for it. And to even use the word cringy or whatever in K-pop is just kind of like, it's K-pop. It's supposed to be camp or whatever. Point me to an amazing, just ridiculous rap K-pop in comparison to even an okay American female rapper. So, I know people argue when they say that like Chaeyoung could be great if JYP let her write more or whatever, but like, who knows, right? So, all in all, I think it was a great album. The choreography for this title track is so good too. It mixes everything from all of their songs. There's moments where Geo takes center or Nayeon takes center. I know they usually are the centers, but it reminds you of like I Can't Stop Me era. And there's moments where they're all kind of like crowded around one person, and it reminds you of like more and more, and a whole bunch of, it's just calling back to so many dance moves. And I love to see these 4th gen groups, or the 3rd gen, I don't know. Anyways, pay homage to their old songs. Red Velvet does it, Blackpink does it, so, and then they kind of have like a line where they're all stepping out, and it's a reminder of Fancy era. This is all like, it's like we're new, but it's still familiar. And you would think now that people would be more warmed up to people changing concepts or genres or sounds. But honestly, I don't know how well it is received in Korea, but I feel like they did such a great job with executing this album. So once again, and they wrote on it. They didn't write the feels. They didn't write like 3 or 4 tracks on it, but everything else the girls wrote. So I don't know, this is some of their best work. And some people don't like it, and I understand that, but I don't know, there's something that seems more personable about their music now, relatable. When they're singing about love, you can definitely feel that they themselves have been through these things. So this album is just all about maturing, basically, and yeah, you don't hear them sing about love in the way that they have sung about it on other albums here. You know, they may hint or allude to certain things, but here they're really going and diving into relationships with other people on multiple tracks. The slowed down tracks and ballads are still kind of upbeat on this album, and even if they're not completely upbeat, for some reason they kind of make you want to groove along to them. It's a groovy album, no doubt. Twice has found a really good sound within this realm of groovy 80s retro music. So, but they seem to be able to do it without making it seem played out or like it's a trend necessarily. Like, this has been a part of our sound for ever and ever, you know? So, it's really interesting, and this is what I hope to see from them for the rest of this year. I am assuming they're going to be at all the award shows. Twice always gets invited to the award shows. I would like to see more music videos. Personally, I would like every subunit to get a music video, or at least like a dance video of some sort. But that probably won't happen. But we never know, because I didn't even think we were gonna get subunits, you know? So I'd love to see that. And or live performance. Are they gonna go on tour? Even if that means they go on tour, and or they do like a Twice experience show where you have to pay to get in. I want to see these subunits specifically, live, and I really want to see Junghyun perform with them live a lot again, so that would be great to see from them from the rest of the year. And then I guess they're going to release their Japanese track. Crazy. They're so busy. And then that will be it, and they'll probably take a break. Who knows, though? Like, he juggles these groups in the beginning of next year, because he'll probably have his new girl group come out, and then he'll probably have ITZY come out with, like, I don't know if their last album was a full album. Maybe they'll come out with a mini album or something, and then Twice will come out with another mini. So, yeah, I think a lot of things are going to die down now. It's going to be a lot of debuts, because a lot of debuts are happening right now, and I'm just like, I wasn't prepared for this. This is so much. So many groups in so little time. So, yeah, that's basically it. Just want to see a lot of Twice performances, as long as the girls are healthy and up to it. And, I want to see videos for the subunit, and that's basically it. My favorite song on the album, because I feel like that is something that I should definitely say. I feel like my favorite song, it's gonna change so much because the album, I love all the songs on it. But right now my favorite song is Espresso and The Feels. So those are my favorite on the album. And I love the remix of Scientist. Yeah. So that's, oh, and I love Iconic. But I could only pick one. Favorite song. Favorite song is Espresso. Yeah. Really great album. It was everything I expected and more. It will carry me through the rest of the year. And yeah, so let me know what your favorite song on the album was. Do I have a member who is my favorite in this era? Momo, but Diane's little pigtails were so cute, so she was my favorite member on this era. And not my favorite, she owned the era. Momo's my favorite. Momo will always be my favorite in Twice, or Geo, or Sana, or Nayeon, or Jaehyun. Anyways, but yeah, my favorite's Momo, and then after that, Geo, and then Junghyun, because I'm so happy to see her again. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the Twice comeback. I mostly wanted to talk about the album and my thoughts on it, because I feel like I was able to get my thoughts together a bit for this more so than other albums. Like when I was trying to review the Somi album, I was just like, I don't know what I think about this right now. So I'm glad that I have digested it a little bit. I know my opinions will change later. That's why I just don't really know how I feel about these like album reviews. I guess it can be more of an initial reaction, and I'll really put an emphasis on initial reaction. But yeah, loved it. Loved Twice, and I think they're doing a great job. I get that people don't like things that are different, but I don't think their music is bad, and I don't think that charts necessarily mean that music is good or bad, or that an artist is successful or not. And you have to also realize that Twice is a 4th gen group, and there's a lot of new groups coming out right now, and they're trying to start to make their way into the industry, and this is just a natural pattern that happens with the K-pop industry, you know? Everybody's groups get cycled out. Twice will probably be in it for a while, especially with the way that JYP is like allowing them to write, and they actually seem like they like each other, which we all know as K-pop fans is not, you know, something that's guaranteed within groups and as human beings, because yeah, it's just like that happens, especially when you're young. You butt heads with people, and you can be very opinionated and strong, you know, willed or whatever. But anyways, I think they genuinely like each other as well, so I see them sticking around for a very long time. I don't see that any of them doing, you never see them talking about they want to do something solo. That's all I gotta say. Okay? I think they're good to go. JYP knows to let them write. And Chewy's only 20 or 21, and so is Chaeyoung. So when your Maknae is that young, you got like 4 more years as a group. You know what I'm saying? And Mina's apparently the Maknae too. So I'm gonna stop rambling on and on at this point. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna try to do more album reviews. I don't know how I'm gonna do them, but we'll see with the copyright stuff going on. But thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.